My name is Kryptik and I make hip-hop, Scottish hip-hop, UK hip-hop and I rap.
Tick-tock, time stops on the wristwatch, pin drops, then you're lynched in a Slipknot. Death penalties, stretchered at kick-off.
Started in 2010, just mucking about, but properly 2011 maybe, so aye, the best bet 10 year, aye.
Hidden scriptures scribbled in sick fonts, flip the kill switch as they clip the wing gods. Situations getting heated.
So I'm actually on my lunch break right now, so I need to go to work, go back to work after this. Aye, this is my normal day-to-day clobber, unfortunately. But as soon as I'm done, I get changed into my tracksuit and keep it hip-hop, man, 100%. What we're doing here today is we're outside Sunny Govan Radio. I'm about to go on and do a bit of a Q&A with Susan Sutton on mental health, men's mental health, which is a kind of stigmatic area, if you like. As I say, it's something that's treated with a lot of stigma, and it's something that's never really been at the forefront for me anyway until recently. And I got a lot of decent feedback from one of the last music videos I put out, Shattered Dreams, and from that I've been getting a lot of messages, people saying it's really helped them and confronting their demons and it's okay to talk about it. It was never my intention to have that reaction, if I'm honest. I was just trying to get some stuff off my chest so I could deal with it. But if it's helping other people and the amount of people that want to get involved and like, get me on their radio show, aye, if I can help somebody else, then why not, man?
I'm up front cause backstabbing's a mug's game. Turn away just for a second in the blogging, yeah. Just in case I keep them out of my fucking face. Focus on my own shit, mixing it with drum and bass.
Hello, good afternoon and welcome, it's Susan here. Did you miss my voice all week? I bet you did, my lovely English accent. Anyway, my studio today, not in my studio, it's Sunny Govan's studio, but just now it's mine. We've got Lloyd Ross, aka Kryptik, formerly of Delivery Room, or still of Delivery Room?
Remains to be seen, but for the time being, I'm staying focused on the Kryptik stuff now and just seeing where this project's taking me. It's been in the back burner for a while, so it's time to put it to the forefront.
You're here to talk about, well, one is obviously, I was going to say your latest track, but we can talk about that.
Aye.
But to talk about Shattered Dreams, because I really enjoyed, I've watched it about 4 or 5 times now on YouTube. Yeah, because I'm good like that. But I
keeping the views up.
No, it's like a film. My favourite films, for example, The Green Mile or The Shawshank Redemption.
Aye.
I can watch those films over and over and over and over again, and every time I watch them, I see something new.
Aye.
But when I was watching it, I loved the videography. I loved. It was so simplistic, and the use of drones and things like that. It was really, really good, and it gave me a really good feel for what it was about. Then I started to really, really listen to the words.
Yeah.
Like I say, I've watched it and listened to it more and more in depth about 4 or 5 times,
right.
And it's very powerful, I have to say.
Cheers.
You're welcome. So tell me, why did you write that? When did you write it?
It was about 9 or 10 years ago. I actually wrote it. My mum had a suspected heart attack, and then it put a lot of things into kind of perspective for me. And I just started writing, and that's what came out.
So it's kind of like just putting all your feelings and emotions on
Aye.
paper, a
So
release.
there's a few things going on as well. I think I just split up with my ex at the time as well. It was many moons ago, and I was just getting some of that stuff off my chest in the third verse, and then I just kind of, I was appreciating like what I did have. Like, I think in moments like that, that's when you actually do kind of take stock of what is important to you, and I just jotted it down. Wanted to give my stepdad a shout out as well, obviously, for pulling it together for us. Obviously that comes across, I think it's the second verse maybe. I'm not too sure at this exact moment in time, but just had to get some stuff off my chest, and felt better for it,
So when you actually put pen to paper, I know what it's like when I'm writing myself. You can have just even three words, a 3-word sentence in your mind, and you write those down, and then suddenly it just flows. You don't stop until you get to the end. So when you first started writing that, was it your intention to actually turn it into a rap?
I was writing it as a rhyme scheme as well. Like typically when I'm writing, I'll go for like double barrel stuff where it's like always rhyming up the last two words, but I'll try and test myself to do it for like 16 bars or even 32 in some instances. But I find with the more storytelling ones, you really just got to write what you've got to write, just jotting down ideas or wee bits and bobs of things that you've kind of said to yourself in your head that are kind of relevant to you and help get you through each day, and then just things that you've kind of noticed and jot them all down, and then just try and see what ones rhyme with one another, and then it's just like a big jigsaw with words really, and then just try and piece it together for there, then arrange it and rearrange it, scrub it out, bin it, and then all part of the creative process.
And do you kind of find that you say to yourself the night before anything, you'll say to yourself, right, tomorrow I'm going to sit and I'm going to write, or do you just do it spontaneously?
Sometimes it just happens spontaneously, but there is times when I do force myself at that, right, I actually need to get that written, but majority of the time it's more a compulsion. It will just come over me like that, right, I need to get this done, this is happening right now. And then I can't find a bloody pen. I'm like, getting my phone out.
Do you find that you tend to write when you're going through periods of stress, or can it be when you're going through a good time as well?
Anytime, no any particular time if I'm honest. I did write a lot more. I had a burnout last summer, just burning the candle at both ends, and I'd done my back in as well. Potentially was going to be losing my job because I drive for a living, so the damage I was doing while I was driving, I had to get into fitness and stuff like that, and that kind of was a major wake-up call. I'm not the young pup I once was, and I've actually got to maintain my body, but it's tied in quite well because now I'm starting to get in shape for my wedding as well, so I wrote a lot of material then, because I say that project's been going on for about 10 years. But you're probably averaging about one of those tracks every year, because I was writing a lot darker stuff at the time and wordplay and imagery, so it just wasn't the time to bring that stuff out. But when that happened last year, I just brought everything to the forefront. I'm like, right, maybe it's time I deal with this right now, finish this project, and I just burst into rhymes, man.
Now, we were talking before about, well, I say before, we've been chatting for weeks before today, and one of the reasons you wanted to come on as well, besides obviously promoting your music, is talking about your mental health.
Aye.
There's not a lot of guys that would actually be prepared to come on air and talk about it, especially somebody that's as young as you are.
Aye. I'm not that young, 33 this year, so
you're young.
I act a lot younger, that's not sure. No, like it was never really my intention. But with the feedback that I got from Shattered Dreams, like a lot of people were messaging me saying like, thanks, like it's so refreshing to hear somebody actually being honest in a track and it's helping people. It was really weird that somebody saying it's exactly what I needed at this point in my life, and I'm
I've got goosebumps now.
Honestly, it was so strange. I was like, right, okay, and so if what I'm doing is helping other people, just by me speaking about. And as I say, it is me just getting it off my chest. It was never my intention, but if it is helping other people, then I'm all for it, man. I
think it's it's all about encouraging other people to do the same thing by actually writing about it, whether it's the way you do it or if it's story form, film form, or anything like that. It's getting it out there and for people to hear it. Music is great therapy.
Aye, definitely. It's helped me through a lot of stuff, and I know like every day it just takes you away.
Yeah.
Probably the only thing apart from drugs that's gonna keep me going, know what I mean? But that's another battle that I'm trying to wean off as well, but I'm doing well with that.
Good.
Getting there anyway.
You are getting there. I know you've had
work in progress. Every day is an opportunity to do a wee bit better than the previous day, so
yeah, baby steps, one day at a time, all the other cliches and what have you. So who produced Shattered Dreams,
It's actually a Rob Dougan instrumental. I think I first heard it in the Matrix years ago, and it always struck a chord with me. It's just very theatrical and powerful instrumental. It's got a lot of different bits to it, so I actually produced it in the sense that I just re-edited it. So I've done a sound engineering course at Cardonald College a lifetime ago, and I just rearranged it into a structured format where I could lay down 3 verses and then amplified certain bits of the hooks, and then an outro, getting the piano piece in, and I just pulling different bits from different parts of the song and just mangling it all into one hip hop format. Aye, so that was me. I done that, but the music and instrumentation was Rob Dougan.
I like that
Guy
word,
take
mango.
credit for it. Mango.
Yeah, that's really good.
Mango chutney.
No, mango.
Aye, mango.
It's my accent.
Been mangoed a few times, my puff.
So we've been talking about Shattered Dreams, so here it is.
Existing soul home leaves, just abandonment issues. Alcoholism, I was a victim, I was the best one. Captured in prison in his own self-pity. Selfishly neglecting his all and inflicting the misery my mind could take it. Heartbreaking, how you make it when your man's unfaithful. You separated, I think I was 7, then I hit 14. It was peaceful in heaven. I've seen shattered dreams, all the grief fell in me, but I still hold on strong, got to believe. All the sweet promises never meet fallen peace, but I still hold on strong when the love's gone.
So what you've been saying is that you've put your real lived or living emotions and feelings into your songs.
Absolutely, aye.
And we're talking about your mental health and men's mental health in general. Do you feel that there's a stigma attached to men who admit that they're struggling with depression or stress or anxiety?
Aye, definitely. Like something my mum always said is like if somebody's got a broken arm or a broken leg, somebody will always help them to like open a door or something like that. But if somebody's got a broken mind, everybody just kind of shies away from them. It's no like visible, so it's no.
Exactly.
How can you treat something that's not visible?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I guess maybe a bit of ignorance, maybe.
That's
that should be
definitely
raised and taught.
There's so much on TV now about, you know, trying to encourage people to come out and talk about their mental health, especially men, because the suicide rate amongst men is just ridiculous.
It's mad.
Yeah, I mean, they say it's something like 70% of suicides are men. But they don't really get reported on or anything like that. And again, it's a shame.
Aye, it is. It's like kind of old-fashioned in that sense. Like men shouldn't cry or shouldn't show emotion or feeling or anything like that, because you just need to man up. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's that pure old school mentality. And don't get me wrong, there is many times where a lot of men do need to just man up, but like that is not the carte blanche solution for every case, and it should be taken and treated individually. I think.
I think first and foremost is with men. I mean, I'm talking specifically about men now because you're a man.
Am I?
You are.
Did you just assume my gender?
I did.
It's 2020 now, you can't do that, mate. Sometimes I tuck it in.
Your shirt tail.
Walk around my house. Hi guys. But anyway, that's another story for another day.
Oh dear, I'm going to get shot here.
I didn't swear, it's all good.
No, you didn't swear. I'll give you
Hey.
that. But yeah, I think from when a boy is born, he is forever told, you know, if he falls over, he could be a little toddler, 18 months old, he's a little boy, you know, oh, just get up, stop crying and things like that. And men are told that all throughout their lives. Men don't cry, as you say, and you know, you've got to have that outlet. I always say, and I've said it on my shows before, everybody is like a pressure cooker, everybody, and every so often they need to have that little button on the top pressed so that they can relieve the pressure.
It's what was I going to say there, like, I've aged me now, but no, sorry, crack on, I forgot what I was going to say there.
I mean,
sorry, that's what I was going to say, like trauma, like fair dues, like you're saying, if somebody falls and hurts their leg, they're told to get up and get on with it, it's fair dues, but as I was just saying about having a broken leg and a broken arm, that's treatable, and easily treatable to some degree, but whereas if it's trauma, and the damage is in your brain, how, you know what I mean, you need to work it out, your brain, you need to actually get it out there. And I think a lot of people, they don't feel that they're able to communicate that or feel lesser men if they do admit that they're maybe not coping so well.
Yeah.
But trauma's obviously much different for a broken leg and a scrape and a scratch, and you can't just get on with certain traumas, you know what I mean?
That's it. When did you first realise that you may have, let's put it in inverted commas, a problem?
Well, my dad died when I was like 14 or something. I just got involved with drugs, and that was my way of dealing with it, by not dealing with it. So I was taking drugs, enabling others, accommodating my own addiction, and just a very self-destructive and outwardly destructive path. I was well on my way to jail, or death, or both. And I curbed that all at 18. Still got up to trouble here and there, but that was when I realised I had to actually kind of right the wrongs I had done, and cause I'd lost all my friends at that point just by screwing them over and just a wronging. So every day is just an opportunity to try and right the wrongs.
Did you go to the doctor and say, I think there's something wrong, I think my head's broken?
Nah. I did 9 months ago, like when I had the burnout. There was a load of pressure on me at work, pressure with the wedding, and music as well. The delivery room was a hard cross to bear, because the first song that we put out, we get offered to go and do a gig down in Exeter, and we only did a 3-minute song. They wanted a half-hour set out of us, so there's like 2 months to pull together an extra 30 minutes of music. Luckily I had some solo stuff where I'd done a couple of tracks, so I was able to fill the void, and we'd done a bit of beatboxing and that. But it was false to my head, and had been for 3-4 years, which has ultimately led to Howard's having a wee breather now, which has enabled me to get back into that solo project and actually get it completed.
Trying to find a positive amongst all of the constant ish. Caught in it for too long, lost the script. Taking on too much, something's gotta give. This world's too big to right every wrong in it. Prior to this point, I've always been a monolith. Breaks on the pace, sail the grave, make a monument. Depression and anxiety, stressing at the thought of it. Times are tough, but I can always find a song in it.
So it was at that point there where I approached the doctor and got 2 weeks off work to actually sort my head out. So and I started by reading The Power of Now, which was recommended to me by one of my workmates, Jerry. He said he found it brilliant, helped him cope with stress, depression, anxiety, and the teachings in that book have kind of resonated very highly with me. So much so that I've bought at least a dozen copies and given them out to people that I see who are struggling. And if they tell me they're struggling, I'm like, alright, I'd recommend this.
And it's called The Power of Now?
The Power of Now. I'll just tell them I'll give them my copy, but I'm actually ordering copies and just getting them to them. It's only £6.
I think you should get onto the publisher and get a commission here.
I know, shouldn't I?
Definitely.
Nah man, it's not about the money, as long as I'm helping somebody. I've done enough damage early years, I feel it's my time to pay that back.
Did the doctor put you on antidepressants?
They suggested it, but I've refused all medication since 2017, and I haven't asked for any, but that was like kind of doing my bad back as well. I was on amitriptyline, diazepam, you name it. So when they mentioned it, I was just like, nah, I don't want it, because I was wanting to go down the physical route. So I get involved with the physio, acupuncture, stuff like that. Stress and tension in the back, obviously, so then starting to maintain myself, they recommended going to a PT. So I've seen the personal trainers. Liam's Active Roy. If you go on Instagram as a shout out, that's ACTIV Roy, West Nile Street, and I just go there once a week, and he's been sorting me out, just keeping my body in check. Just, as I've been improving my nutrition and my physical fitness, my mental health, just it's ascended, definitely.
Yeah, a lot of
Confidence
doctors.
goes right back up as well, and
Yeah.
that's, I think, most mental health illnesses stem from that lack of confidence. So you've obviously got a lack of confidence to the point where you don't even want to speak about it.
And self-doubt as well.
Of course.
Your
And that's
self-esteem goes right down.
very prominent in the creative industries as well. That's all part of the creative process, because you do doubt yourself. Oh, how's this going to be perceived? As I was just saying about shattered dreams, that was very, very personal for me, and I was really apprehensive about putting that out, but the response I got was another wee boot up the jacksie to assert my confidence. It went quite well. A couple of questions I wasn't expecting, but I'm hoping to speak about it, and ultimately, as I was saying, if it helps anybody else, then definitely let's speak about it, man. Mental health awareness.